Let's first get you all of the highlights of the conversation the Prime Minister Modi has had with Joe Biden. Prime Minister Modi dialed US President-elect Joe Biden on Tuesday. In their first conversation since Biden won the November 3rd polls, Prime Minister Modi warmly congratulated Biden. According to a statement published by the MEA, the duo also discussed their priorities, including containing the COVID-19 pandemic, promoting access to affordable vaccines, tackling climate change, and also cooperation in the Indo-Pacific region. Prime Minister Modi also extended best wishes to Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, the first woman, also the first person of Indian-American origin to be elected to the position. Earlier, Prime Minister Modi had congratulated Biden and Harris on Twitter. This was on November 8th when it became clear that the Democratic Party candidate was set to clinch the presidential election.
Prime Minister Modi and President-elect Biden had a very warm conversation. They discussed about the global strategic partnership which United States and India shares, and they also exchanged views on the Indo-Pacific area. Then they also discussed about the current problem which both United States, India and the world over is facing vis-a-vis the COVID. In that, the role of pharmaceuticals, healthcare, and particularly the vaccines.
Let me take this across to our Foreign Affairs Editor, Geeta Mohan, for more details. Geeta, good morning. This is, of course, a courtesy conversation between Prime Minister Modi and Joe Biden. Also comes at a time when there's been a lot of debate over exactly what Joe Biden will mean for India, about what kind of a relationship India will share with the president-elect.
Well, that's right. A very good morning. And yes, it has been a good morning for the Prime Minister's office and for the Team Joe Biden, because the conversations took place after the exchange of pleasantries on social media. The continuum between India and the United States of America when it comes to foreign policy is a given. No matter which president has come, we've only grown strength by strength. And that's the reason why, even in the first conversation that took place between the two leaders, they spoke about how they need to advance the comprehensive strategic partnership that exists between the two countries. And this, even as the Malabar exercises are underway, which is an important aspect for the Indo-Pacific strategy that the two countries, including Australia and Japan, have devised. And so the conversations were about how to take the relationship forward. On the economic front, climate change is very, very dear to Joe Biden. So it's not just about how the two sides are going to take the ties forward. It's about also how they're going to rebalance the relationship. Climate change was important for Joe Biden. It's very important for India. US walking out of the Paris Agreement really hurt the world. And India was really concerned about the Paris Agreement as well, because we are primary signatories and negotiators in the Paris deal. So there are many areas where you will see rebalancing and return of America to areas where India really needed the US. Iran, for example, if US joins the JCPOA, that would be a huge relief for India. So concerns aside, we know that the United States of America thinks India as an important partner and will continue to remain so. So while there might be concerns regarding certain issues, they're going to keep that aside. They're going to maybe raise that separately. But the most important aspect of Indo-US ties are the strategic aspects, and that certainly is going to see not just continuum, but further advancement.
It's like you said, Geeta, that perhaps whoever is in the White House, India-US relations will always remain strong. There's also, of course, a lot of focus on what the relationship of Prime Minister Modi with Joe Biden will be, because we all know of the kind of, rapport that he had with Donald Trump, and there are questions about whether that will be taken forward. There's no doubt that here there's perhaps a larger scope for discussion on issues like climate change.
Well, that's right. You're absolutely right in recognizing the fact that Prime Minister Modi might be one of the rarest of leaders in the world who actually got along with Donald Trump. But the rare feat of Prime Minister Modi is also the fact that he normally gets along with most of the leaders across the world. Joe Biden has been a very close India hand. He has looked into very minute details when it comes to India as Vice President of the United States of America. He's continued to keep in touch. Look at his team. There are so many Indian Americans. So the focus certainly is going to be India as well. And doesn't seem like at this point in time that the two leaders are not going to get along. Prime Minister Narendra Modi took the opportunity not just to wish and congratulate him, but also to congratulate and wish the Vice President, although we know that there is a certain history when it comes to certain decisions made by the Indian government that were raised as concerns by Kamala Harris. But he took the opportunity not just to wish her and congratulate her for becoming the Vice President-elect, but also said, reminded or spoke of her Indian origins. So that certainly goes to show that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to not just keep it purely professional and business, like when it comes to the ties, he's going to also tap into these various cultural aspects. Certainly when it comes to the conversation, it has become different. The so-called decency that people have been talking about has returned. You look at the statements and the tweets that are coming out from both sides. Yes. It certainly is more presidential and statesman-like. So hope to see a lot more decency in their tweets and not abrasiveness and aggressiveness or aggressive posturing, at least when it comes to taxes or certain tariffs that really concerned Trump and how he treated India on those aspects.
We're sure this is the beginning of many more such conversations between Prime Minister Modi and Joe Biden. Geeta, thank you for joining us this morning with all the latest.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.